Are you having problems with your bottom end? I think I have a program for you. Woohoo! So today I wanted to talk to you about getting your bottom end in order and what I'm using, which is the SSL SubGen, a sub-generator made by SSL. It's one of their plugins to add more bottom end to things that are either not recorded with enough bottom end or to sort of get a balance between the new and old style of bass, really heavy these days. And I just wanted to mention, from really rainy Ireland, I have no affiliation with SSL whatsoever. I just love their stuff. I love the gear. I've been using it since the old days on the old SSL desks, way back from Moran Heights to New York City. So that's it. First thing that I wanted to show you is on the kick drum. What I'll do is I'll just pop the SubGen in. I'll start the song and turn the SubGen on. So already you can hear how much more that is adding into it. So I'm thinking the first band, which is down at 20 Hertz, I think is too low for anything that I would want to use myself. But I like the idea of sort of 40, so I'm going to try and bring this up a little tiny bit, bring in this second band a little bit. Kick on its own here, so without the SubGen. So it's adding a nice bit. So let's hear what it's doing. You can really hear it there. What they said about the pre's here is that the pre itself is a 50s style preamp and the bass is a 70s style preamp. The kick is a 60s and 70s style preamp, so we'll try that. So it's really, really low end there. So I think that's probably just about enough, maybe even less down, that really low. Bring that up a little bit. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's try it on the snare drum. So let's engage it. Well, that's really getting some low end there. So let's turn that one off. Let's see if we can find where it is. Let's turn this band on. It's giving a bit of a punch there. So let's try that. And I'll use it in pre mode. So it's really adding something. So let's turn off to show you. Back in. Yeah, it really does add something. Let's have a look at the defaults here just in case I'm missing something. Let's try the snare. The preset is using band 2 and band 3, but I think band 3 and band 4 actually add more to what I need. A tiny bit of compression. I don't think we need compression on it. And let's put the mix up halfway. Just to show you, it really does add something to the snare drum. The two of them in now. Yeah, it's really, really adding some thickness there, isn't it? So the next thing I want to try it on is the bass guitar. So let's have a listen to that. Let's bring it in. Oh yeah. So it's adding almost like an octave divider on there. Again, I think that the 22 hertz or the 20, where it says 22 hertz, I think that's too low. So I'm just going to turn that band off. Let's try this band and see what that sounds like. Again, it's really low. Let's try band 4. Oh yeah, you see, that's really adding something. It's almost too much there. It really sounds like an octave divider there. So maybe I'll turn that one off and we'll leave that. So just filling up the bottom. Preset bass number 2, which I messed around with just a little bit to try and get it sounding a little bit better. Maybe the output is too much. And Yeah, that's really adding something down there. I'm going to go with the minus 20, so it just adds a bit of bottom, some weight to the bass, but without overtaking it and without making it sound too much like an octave divider. So let's have a listen to the song with the SubGen off, from the point when the bass comes in. Come carry me. Come carry me. The kick drum. Solid in the bass. Add the snare in. That's really thick. That's really thickening it up there. Wow. Now on the bass. What a difference as the song is playing. Come carry me. Kick. Come carry me. Snare. Bass. So I think that really makes a huge difference. What I might do in this case, just to make sure I'm not adding too much, is to, on my master bus, I'm going to add a FabFilter Q3. Come carry me. So what I would do here is the shape as a low cut, the slope, well, say 98 just for the heck of it, and take it off at about just around 30, say. Come carry me. So I would put the Q3 in just to make sure that there's nothing that's really smashing through. Yeah, so the way I have my thing set up, as I've said before here, is I've got a master bus and then I've got my mastering chain, which is actually on the stereo out, just to make sure that there's no real sub bass that's coming through that I'm either not hearing through my speakers or something that's going to, cause extreme rumble in the mastered version of the song. To get the SubGen, you can pay 79 euros, or you can rent to own, which is $6.99 per month, or for $14.99, you can get all of the SSL plugins as a package. It's up to you. I hope that gives you an idea of how this SubGen works. Make sure that you don't overcook the bass. It's sounding pretty good through the speakers here. I hope to see you guys next week. Thanks a lot for coming.